Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Wise Man White, the Tech Temple. Thanks for checking out this video. I know I haven't seen you in forever, you haven't seen me in forever. I feel like the last time I made a video was when the iPhone 5 came out, which was a while ago. So, sorry I haven't made a video in a while, but I'm back. It's 2013, get this started right. I have been working on two things. First, I got my social media certification. So I'm one of the few people in the world who social media certified. And secondly, I've been working on my business part of the my thing, in which is called teachexecs.com, teachexecs.com. What that's for is towards business oriented people. So if you just got a smartphone or you're not sure how to use it, but you know you can need it to run your business, not only to help increase your bottom line, but to help you increase your customer base, to help you increase your productivity within your business, and overall learn how to use your smartphone to make it your business run easier, so you don't have to always be in office. And if you're on the go a lot, that's a great way to run your business is through your smartphone. And so if you want to learn how to do that, just go to teachxx.com and select the service, and then you can hire me to help you out with that. But so let's get back to this. One thing that's been happening in my life, I left Sprint because their data speeds were just bad, and my next success was I was getting reverberation on the phone, and I had some other issues, and they just really didn't want to fix it. I got a refurb, had the same issues, and so I just said enough. So now I'm with T-Mobile, and of course, I was planning on getting the Nexus 4, ordered it, but of course, the whole LG, Google, they have a terrible forecast for demand of the phone. I think part of it, they probably did a little bit on purpose to kind of help increase the buzz about it, whether it was positive or negative, but I think a big part of it, they just did a terrible job at forecasting. Again, feel like every Nexus device they do it. So I've been rocking, for 1 week I went without any phone, then for 3 more weeks, so I still don't have a smartphone. Ironically, I'm doing this, don't have a smartphone. So this is my phone that I've been rocking. It's a flip phone. I feel like I'm 1999 middle school again. So that's what I've been rocking. But good thing is, I do have a Nexus 7, so I'm going to show you the keyboard. If you're on 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, you might not have some of the features of the 4.2 keyboard, but I'm going to show you how to get that. So let's go ahead and get this started right. This is Wise Man White at the Tech Temple. Let's get it.
Body real is your fucking problem. Bring your girls to the crib, maybe we can solve it.
The Tech Temple.
Ho, this the finale. My pep talk turned into a pep rally. Say she from the hood, but she live in South the Valley now. Vacate in Atlanta, then she going back to Cali. Got your girl on my line, world on my line. The irony, I fuck 'em at the same damn time.
Alright, so let's get to this. So like I said, don't have the Nexus S anymore. Gotta use the tablet. Here's my phone, and I do got a scratch on the front. I don't know if you can see it on there, but definitely flip phones don't have Gorilla Glass on the front of them. So, okay, so we're going to show you the keyboard. I'm just give you a look at my home screen real quick. I just got my RSS feed right there. Twitter. Google Currents, which I've been using a lot lately, which is pretty nice. I mean, get the news real quick. And then, alright, so I'm going to show you in Google Drive. So let's make a new document. Untitled. Let me zoom in so you can see the keyboard. Okay, so some features and the new one. So first of all, you can see as soon as I type one word, it's giving me suggestions on what it wants me to type next. So you can just keep typing the same time, and as you can see, it just typed the same time. So after it learns what you've been typing after a while, you can just kind of hit word by word by word by word, and it predicts what you're going to say next time, kind of like what SwiftKey does. Except I hate SwiftKey skins. I don't know. I tried SwiftKey, and even the skins just turn me off from using the keyboard altogether. I just think they're terrible. But so I like the stock a lot better, so that's the reason why I stick with the stock. So that's one feature that they did add in the ice cream sandwich and in the Jelly Bean update. So one thing that I noticed that people may not know, or they don't use it a lot, this is one of the few keyboards that I have seen use like you hold this, see you got 1, 1/2, 1/3, a quarter, an eighth. That's 3/8, 3/4. I mean, like sometimes like you do, like I have used those numbers before. People are like, hey, where'd you get that symbol from? Like I haven't seen many keyboards that use those symbols like that. So if you go in some of these, like there's hidden symbols in here. It doesn't show you, but you have to hold it. So right there you can see behind most of these, there's some hidden ones. So instead of you having to press ABC and go back, or you want to have some more symbols that you don't know where they are. Like here we go, we have pi. Like had no idea pi was even there. Divide sign, square root. So if you want to do some math symbols, they're all in there also. Copyright. There's a lot of other ones in there too. And so don't forget about that. That's one reason. Another reason why I like the stock keyboard. A second reason why I like stock keyboard is the voice. Thank you for checking out another video. Hope you come do the next one. Please like my channel and subscribe. Period. So let's see. Thank you for taking the video. You can be the next one. Please like my channel is a subscribe. Alright, so a little off, but yeah, let's try it again. Thank you for checking out another video from The Tech Temple. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you. Period. Alright, so a little off, but I mean, it's so cool that it can, right now it's still reading my voice, and it's pretty quick for the most part, I believe. And let's just get out of that. So that should be standard with ice cream sandwich and jelly bean. And the new thing you can see is, let's get out of there. They have gesture typing now, so kind of like swipe. So let's say I want to put, what are you doing? What? As you see, as I go over the letters, they float to the word, predicting what I'm going to say next. You doing? So right there, what are you doing? And you don't have to go that slow. So these are some tips for me that I use. Like you don't have to go that slow. You can do what are you doing? And it'll pick it up pretty quickly. Another thing is if you go into the settings by holding the microphone button and hold the microphone button and then go up to the blue Android keyboard settings. So these are the ones that I recommend. I recommend putting auto capitalization on. I like the sound. If you don't like the sound, that's up to you. Add on dictionaries. So if you speak another language, go ahead and pick one so it can kind of distinguish between, maybe you're talking Spanish and English back and forth. They can tell which one you're trying to use. Another cool thing on here is the emoji for dictionary. So right there, it does have the emoji for words. You can download that dictionary. So let's go ahead and install that right now. So supposedly you're supposed to be able to type certain words, and instead of the word coming up, you'll get the emoji icon. Autocorrect, you want autocorrect on. Show correction suggestions, that's your choice. Enable gesture typing, so make sure you have this typed if you want to do the swipe like thing that I was just showing you. Dynamic floating preview. Personally, that's something that I don't think you need, because you're going to be, after a while, you're going to be going so fast that you're going to know that you're spelling the word correctly. So I'm going to uncheck that. Show gesture trail. I kind of like the gesture trail. Like you just saw me type without the gesture trail. You don't necessarily need it, but it is kind of cool to see. So I'll put that on. Next word suggestions. That's when you saw me press the, and then the next word appeared, then the next word appeared, trying to predict what you're going to say next. Advanced settings and suggest contact names. Now some people have names that the Android dictionary doesn't show. If you check this box, it'll use the names that are already in your contacts, so that way it knows what word you're trying to predict, instead of trying to predict some crazy name that it's never heard of, and it's going to give you the way off word. So now let's see what we changed. after we hit those options. So now you can see a cool little gesture trail as I go. I don't have the words popping up anymore, so it is cool. You can see it kind of, but like I said, you don't need the pop-up words. So let's try to spell the quick brown fox went hunting all day long. Should have said went. It's kind of hard to see over the camera. But as you saw, I was typing pretty fast. Didn't have to have the word prediction to show. Because like I said, I feel like once you get accustomed to it, you just don't need it anymore. Like you can type pretty quickly on it. And the gesture trail is kind of cool to see. I don't think you necessarily need that. If we turn it off, I think it'll just kind of look like you're typing invisible. Let's turn that off. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It looked like I wasn't even typing anything, which is kind of cool if you wanted to show somebody or show it off your typing skills. So that's that. But so if you do not have 4.2, you cannot get the gesture trail, this kind of typing. So what you can do is go to the Play Store and type in Android 4.2 keyboard. So you want to get the first one to test it out, and if you like it, I would recommend buying the $2.99 version just to support the developer. So we're going to go ahead and install that. One thing I do love about the Nexus S is that it installs apps like super quick. So downloading right now, installing 10.66 megabytes. So right now it's installing. After we download it, of course, once it's done installing, alright, successful. Like always, every time you download a keyboard, you have to go into the settings and enable a keyboard. So let's go into the settings and language and input. And right there, should be right there, it's called Jelly Bean Keyboard, English US. And get a thing talking about, are you sure you want to collect your personal data, whatever, hit OK. If you don't hit OK, you can't use the keyboard anyway. I think it's just to cover people's tracks. Alright, so as we see right here, it's got the same, really similar options are the same. Gesture typing, dynamic floating preview, gesture trail, next word suggestions. This even has themes, which is nice. Probably have to buy the full version to get the themes. And alright, so that's it. So let's go ahead and go back to our Google Drive document. Let's highlight all this and get rid of it. Alright, get rid of all that. So now let's switch keyboards. Choose the input. So there we go right there. English US Jelly Bean keyboard. So let's see. So right there, look. It's got the gesture trail that you want. Look. But it's got the gesture trail. It's got the voice. Still got the other selection that I was talking about earlier in the video. And so this is great. So if you don't have a 4.2 Jelly Bean, you're stuck on 4.0. There you go right there. You just go ahead and download the keyboard and you could be swiping with the rest of us. Yay. Alright, so that's it. Go ahead and download that keyboard if you want to know what the keyboard was called again. I think we just called Android 4.2 keyboard. Jelly Bean 4.2 keyboard. So go ahead and grab that if you're not on Jelly Bean. So hopefully these tips kind of helped you. Like I said, you don't really need the dynamic floating preview. You really don't even need the gesture trail thing. That's just kind of cool to watch. If you got any questions about trying to get this on your device, if you're below a Jelly Bean or ice cream sandwich, then I don't believe you can even get any feature because I think because of the libraries that it uses. So we all got to upgrade at some point. It kind of sucks that we got to stick with those 2-year contracts. But if you got any questions, let me know. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you got any questions, you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/the Tech Temple, and you can find me on Google Plus also. I'm really active on Google Plus, so find me on there. And if you got any questions, leave your comments. As always, this is Wise Man White. See you guys later.
Girls to the crib, maybe we can solve.
The Tech Temple.